Now, I say legally because Bola has got the Nigerian judiciary, the legislature, and of course the executive, which he sits atop, all of them in his pocket. And so what you're likely going to see is a situation where Mr. Tinubu says, the drums of war that I'm hearing, they are growing louder and louder, and they're becoming more serious than I may have anticipated. And with the kind of movement I'm seeing on ground, it looks like we may not be able to pull off what we want to pull off in 2027, even with the help of foreigners. All right? In that case, rather than go to elections knowing that the only outcome would likely be war, civil war in Nigeria, because I said it in a previous video that I put out before, that for Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the North, the battle between him and the North, it is a lose-lose for him, because even if he wins convincingly and declares victory in 2027, the North will still say he rigged it and they will reject it. Even then, if he rigs it too and declares victory, the North will still reject it. I do not see any word in which the Northerners will accept any victory from Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. So you will expect that by now they must have put so many measures in place to contest and, if possible, go violent as far as they can to make sure Bola does not claim that victory in 2027. And this man knows, he has intelligence, he has people everywhere. He knows that the die is cast. And he knows that if for any reason he allows himself to be moved out of power and the new regime comes into power, that all the stuff, the power that he has concentrated in the southwestern part of Nigeria will eventually begin to get deflated and get blown apart in bits. Because if you see what he has done, which is why so many people are angry with him, which is why Buhari has now become a saint to where he is that he has concentrated so much power, unashamedly so, in the southwestern part of Nigeria, in every aspect of governance, in every sector of government, in every aspect of our way of life. Tinubu has made sure that people from his ethnic group are the ones who dominate, and when they dominate from head to toe. I've never seen anything like that in my entire life in Nigeria. This is the first time we've seen. I mean, look at Buhari that we call jihadist. He was able to have a better federal character attitude towards governance in Nigeria. Unlike Tinubu, who is a southerner. Rather than even pull his southern brothers, say for instance, let's say this is now a battle between the north and the south. So let's say Tinubu gets all the south, southeast, southwest, only there in power, and leave the north. We'll now say, okay, this is a north-south divide. This one is he made it a Yoruba thing. So he is going to be so terribly afraid of relinquishing power into the hands of even an Igbo man, say for instance, Peter Obi. Because Obi is going to have a northern vice president. So Peter, he does not trust that anybody will be able to take over from him and protect what he has touched in terms of materials or whatever, or talent or anything in the southwest. He does not trust anybody to do that. So what he is going to do is, it will be better for him that Nigeria is restructured so that southwest will become the winner, the biggest winner. Because all the development he has now pumped into the southwest, all the brain drain that has gone to the southwest, all the resources that have been, relocated to the southwest, all of them will now get to stay. It will now be that southwest has gotten their own fair share for all the sacrifices that they have made to the Nigerian nation, and that nobody is going to come to undo that. That is what is going to happen. And that's why you're going to hear people now talking about restructuring. So what you are hearing Aburi coming out now is almost like psychologically preparing, because Aburi had never been so well accepted in the media in Nigeria since it happened. Every time someone mentioned it, they will call you a traitor. Nnamdi Kanu carried it on his head. They said, oh, this is it. That's why we hate him. He's a traitor. He hates Nigeria. How come now even national news is carrying it in Nigeria? National newspapers, TV, everybody is talking about Aburi Accord. All of a sudden, it was allowed to come because they want to psychologically prepare you for a restructured Nigeria. That's a plan B, just in case it has concluded that 2027 is not going to turn out the way I expect. So now we're going to end up with this one. Let us push for this. Before you know it, within the next 1 month alone, as recently as next 1 month, you will see them begin to make moves already on how to restructure Nigeria. They've already told you about state police, right? But now you see proper restructuring. The east, the west, the north. You will see it happen before your eyes. So that nobody comes after Tinubu to come and take over. One Yoruba man made a video recently. I saw that video at an event. The guy was screaming almost like his eyeballs were bulging out. He was saying, we have to be careful, oh, we have to be careful, we must be careful. If Yoruba loses power, Yoruba is finished, Yoruba is finished, Yoruba is finished. He was saying it in a video. I don't know if I can still lay my hands on that video. I saved it somewhere. And you think Tinubu doesn't know that? He knows. He knows. So it's either he comes back for his second term to then execute the final nail on the head of the power relocation from the north to the west, or the process will begin now. Those of you who follow me on YouTube know that I've already broken it down and told you what really happened, how that the Northerners upset the British colonial powers who handed the power over to them and made them the overlords, right? And made them the holders of the Union Jack, the holders of the colonial torch in Nigeria. They called them the final race. So they made them the holders, the representatives, the faces of colonialism in Nigeria. But then when suddenly they saw what happened in the Sahel, they realized, oh my goodness, I think we're better off with Russia. And then that protest happened that time. And there were Russian flags all over the north. The British panicked. They got so angry. And they were like, you know what? We're no longer safe with these guys. I think they have entered into the Russian trap. We need to move our power structure now and give it to the West so that the Westerners will hold it. And that is what Tinubu has been trying to activate and actualize. And the North, having been the holders for a very long time, are extremely irate, upset, and they are ready. It's going to be a suicide mission, and you know the North is not alien to suicidal movements. So they don't care whether they die. For them, it's a matter of life and death. A Northerner that you see today and talk to him about Tinubu and Nigeria, they will tell you clearly that he's a one-term president. They don't even think about it twice. And what they will do, you won't know it now until you get close to the elections. And Tinubu will know that. So that's why I'm just telling you now. Because you know when it comes to any intelligence operation, that's where I have my own. Okay, I'll keep it at that. I will tell you, I will break it down for you, and I will help you to understand it. That why Aburi is back again is so that you will begin to prepare yourself psychologically for a restructured Nigeria, which means that we are almost inevitably headed for a restructured Nigeria, a dismembered Nigeria. The British would rather that the North is cut off than that we are together with them and let them take power again, because eventually they will still align with Russia. We are headed for a very, very long journey, a very big thing. And I think at the end of the day, it's going to be for the good of all of us. And may that be the case. God bless you. I'll keep you posted.
This is Joseph Okichuku also. I've been seeing a lot of people having opinion, analyzing here and there, and people always say, oh yes, you are doing well, you are doing well, you are doing well. Oh, some people might not like what this guy is saying. I see other people too who are always analyzing in favor of Tinubu. Some people say, you are right. Oh, this one is intelligent. This one is that. At the end of the day, what do Nigerians think? Many Nigerians don't think. Many Nigerians don't bother. Many Nigerians just feel that, oh, I beg na lie. Oh, I beg na true. Until the problem becomes bigger than what we never envisaged. But some people are of the opinion, or some people are in the school of thought of, no matter how dangerous some situations might present to themselves, they don't care. They still have a way to justify the rubbish going on. So like what this guy is saying, thinking of what an average person, those who are thinking, not those who are just ready to collect 2 pieces of Indomie. We know what could be going on. But what thing I have observed is that at times the way you think things might go, Nigerians can quickly shift. Like somebody say, oh, which notice are you talking about? Is it when you come to Kebbi that Tinubu is going to win again? Blah 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 blah. Well, because he has all those people that he say he has in his pocket, and those northern politicians too who will be giving money. And once you just need to have somebody who is prominent in the society, one of the societies or one of the communities in the north. Just have one person that is more influential. The person has the capacity to tell the millions of people what to do, and that is how bad it is. And that is exactly what Tinubu will really want to take. But not everybody is really supporting him in the first place. Well, I don't even know why I stopped seeing your content, bro. I have missed your constructive content. I am smelling restructuring. Aburi, accord. Restructuring is the way. The state police that they have been talking about, how far have they gone about it? Nothing. anytime there's an issue, they will remember state policing, which of course they know that nothing is going to be done, because that is what they feel that people really want to hear. That's it.